Possible to fire a public school teacher for incompetence. Go ahead and try and you'll find out. But it turns out it's very easy to get one fired for thought crimes. Until recently, Peter Vlaming taught at a high school in West Point, Virginia, but he was recently fired. Why? Because he refused to use male pronouns to refer to a biologically female student. He didn't use female pronouns. Instead, he just used the student's name, avoiding pronouns entirely. For that, he lost his job. Peter Vlaming joins us, along with his attorney, Sean Boyles. Thank you both very much for coming on. So, Peter, the first question I think in most people's minds is going to be, did you in some way insult the student? Were you cruel to the student? Was there something untoward that you said to the student?
Not at all. Not at all. I love and respect all of my students, including the student in question. And I did everything I could to accommodate the student's new identity.
Yes.
I used the new name. I avoided feminine pronouns.
Yes.
But male pronouns were a bridge too far. But I did everything in my power to accommodate and show respect towards this student and this student's choices.
So you never attacked the student or said, I disagree with what you're doing, or made the student, belittle the student or anything like that?
Not at all. And it's not my place as a public school teacher to give my view on that subject. I'm a French teacher. I teach French.
Interesting. Hey, Sean, have you ever seen a case like this? A teacher fired for not saying something?
No, Tucker, to our understanding, this is the first time in the country. And we should make clear, Tucker, that all we're asking for is that tolerance be a two-way street here. Pete respected this student. All he still asks for is that respect be extended to him and to his rights. This is a case of compelled speech, really. Pete was actually fired for what he would not say.
Right. So what's interesting is, Peter, and I'm taking what you're saying on faith, but we've called around and everyone we've talked to confirms your account. You didn't attack the student. You used a female name, the name of the student. And so apparently the student complained or someone complained to the school. What did they say to you and what was your response?
Well, I was actually using the new name. The student is biologically female, and I was using...
I'm sorry, I inverted it. That's right.
Right.
But you used the preferred name of the student. You used the name the student wanted to be called. Right.
Correct. And then when the school administration understood that I wasn't willing to pronounce male pronouns when referring to the students, I was told that I had to use male pronouns even when the students weren't present. Such as if you were my colleague and I'm speaking to you about the student. Let's say I'm praising the student about, hey, this student, she did great on a test. Well, I could be denounced and lose my job. And I couldn't agree to that. I couldn't agree to that kind of ultimatum.
Did at any point the question of biology arise? Could you stand on science and say, look, I'm not attacking this person. I'm using the name this person wants me to use, but I can't deny biology. We teach it here at the school. Did you try that?
I reiterated my respect for the student and for the student's choices, but that male pronouns were a bridge too far.
Tucker, we should point out that the school actually took a position contrary to biology.
Yes.
Peter was given an ultimatum by the superintendent that he should treat this student like every other male student, or he would be fired. And that would include using male pronouns.
I've never seen anything like this, and I wish we had more time, but very quickly, Peter, can you tell me, is it as hard as the rest of us think it is to get a public school teacher fired for incompetence?
Good question. It wasn't my case, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
I have a good record. At my high school. I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed that school district. So this has nothing to do with incompetence. This has to do with not adopting a very specific ideology about human nature.
Right, of course. I mean, if you should have just been incompetent, you'd still be teaching there, like a lot of other incompetents, I'm sure. Peter, Sean, thank you very much. This is a really sad and yet important story, and I'm grateful that you came and told it to us.
Thank you, Tucker.
Pleasure.
Thanks. Democrats gearing up